Hi everyone. Woosa. How is everyone doing out there? I'm This is the Lana Quest show, and I am Lana Quest, and I am here. Um, I have a smile on my face despite what happened last Tuesday. I did not do a show last Thursday, not because I was distraught, but just because I figured you guys needed some time to pull it together, get your thoughts in order, and things of that nature. Personally, yes, I was definitely disappointed. Definitely thought um, Kamala Harris had a shot. Um, Definitely didn't think that if she did lose, she would lose every battleground state. Um, But I'm not shocked. I'm just not shocked. And I'm not shocked because I don't put that kind of trust in America or Americans. That's why I'm not shocked. Very disappointed, right? Disappointed that like half of America are just dumb. Like I don't even have any more words other than just to say very ill-informed. I don't want to dig deep into like the numbers and things of that nature. I don't want to dig deep into that. But Tuesday, as people started going to the polls, I started to settle myself and I was like, something's not right here. So they were going to the different colleges, and I'm looking at these young people with red hats on. Then they're in Philadelphia and they're interviewing these young girls and asking them, who are you going to vote for? Are you excited? And they wouldn't say. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't bode well. Like, this is not a thing. And then I started thinking, like, yeah, these increased registrations does not mean that they're increased and that they're going to come out for Kamala. And then I was hearing people go, well, I took I jogged around the block twice before I decided. People were like, well, I voted, to have abortion, right? This yes on abortion where it was on the ballot, but then also voted for Donald Trump because he would save abortion. There were people who voted for Kamala that was like, Biden is the one who's banning abortions. Like, it was just the things that one person he probably represents more than one person, was like, well, she didn't go on Joe Rogan, so that sealed the deal for me. It's just like, it was just all of these ridiculous excuses, all to hide the fact that we really didn't want to vote for a Black woman. We just, because that's just really what this country is, right? This country has, since Trump came on the block, right? Races before that, they were hidden. It was embarrassing to be a bigot or a racist, like a homophobe. Like, you were just embarrassed. You didn't tell anyone. Those were just your thoughts. You went to work, you pretended. And then when Trump came into office, it just became this real trendy thing. And the thing that he was able to do, just across the board, and you just have to give I don't know if you want to give him credit for it because it's just his natural nature, but he actually tapped into the natural nature of a lot of people. A lot of people are just hateful and ignorant and mean. And like he just really tapped into that side of people. And that really is who America is. America has always been that. That's just like the deep dark secret that we haven't reckoned with, and it keeps popping its head out. Yes, America did vote for Obama. Yes, we did, right? I really think like he's definitely kind of a one off, right? Obama, I don't think people even looked at him as like a black man other than the Republicans. He was just somebody who came in when we were really suffering because people were losing houses. Remember, Bush crashed everything, right? So we were really in some trouble right then. So America was not going to elect another Republican after the Bush. This just wasn't going to happen. But so that I think is like the most depressing thing out of it because, common sense, if you had like a smidgen of common sense, even if Trump had a magic wand and that magic wand could give us boom $1 gas or slash groceries in half, you just couldn't pay me enough to vote for a rapist. You couldn't pay me enough to vote for a racist or a felon. You just couldn't pay me enough. But half of America was just like, I'm just going to overlook that. That's the thing that you have a hard time scoring because it's like even if you're hateful and you hate everyone, you still put a rapist in office, right? Like, how did you balance that? Like your hate outweighed, well, he raped somebody, so that outweighed that. The felonies, like the hate outweighed all of that. And that's the crazy thing to me because now you got me all fucked up because now I'm at work like, who's the enemy? Because apparently half of Americans are the enemy. They just are. They just don't care. They did this like he sold them white supremacy and he told them that's what he was selling. Like he told them that's what he was selling. He had a whole rally. America's for Americans only. Watermelon jokes. Puerto Rico's trash. Like telling them you are the other, you will never belong, but also gaslighting them into thinking that he didn't mean them. He meant the other others. It wasn't them, it was the other others. So vote for me. Like it was like the master gaslight. And then you just had a group of young people who just didn't fucking know what the fuck they were doing. Like they were just like, oh, it's trendy, right? He's going on Joe Rogan, so it must be cool to vote for him without even like Googling or thinking about what the impact is because every action is going to have a reaction, right? Like there's something going to come. You did that. There's going to be an end result with that. So, like, what did you think the end result was going to be with the man who has never told you that he was going to lower the price of colleges? But young people voted for him. Although he never said it. Ever. He never said, this is how I'm going to lower the cost of childcare. But mothers voted for him. Ain't that wild? Like, ain't that something that's just really, it's mind blowing that half of Americans can't critically think. And then they have the nerve to want to get rid of the Department of Education, right? This is why, because they know that ignorance will always vote for them, because they could do the okey doke. They could just fool ignorant people. Yeah, they're just like a bunch of dummies, and that's just what happened. I mean, like, look at who people elected. Like, I just go back to this right here. I was like, okay, this is disqualifying. This guy. That's the guy. That's the guy someone said, I want that to be the commander in chief because he's dope as hell. That's that guy. Oh, and you never forget this. Yeah, this happened. Look at this. Back the blue. Back the blue. Back the blue, right? That happened. America was like, we don't care. The price of our eggs are too much. Them people didn't give a fuck about no price of eggs. They didn't care. None of that care. They didn't care about any of that because Trump did not talk about that. People that didn't even live on the border. It was like, well, immigration. That's my biggest issue. Why? Because Trump said so. He made it like this big boogeyman issue. And granted, Democrats do need to find a way to combat the lies. But again, she really ran a great campaign. Nothing is perfect, but it was damn sure near perfect. She hit on everything. She just didn't have a lot of time. But to be honest with you, even if she had enough time, whatever enough time is, I really don't think that America was going to vote for a Black woman just based on what they were saying, Latino men. I mean, known for being sexist. I mean, that's just the thing. They weren't trying to vote for a woman because they didn't think that she would be able to do the job, and she is just too emotional. Meanwhile, Donald Trump cries every chance that he gets and whines about something. He's just always the victim. But another thing that actually does bother me are the children that were impacted by this, because even my grandson texted me at 5:30 Wednesday morning. It was like, who won? Two things were important to him. Do I have to take the MCAS anymore? And who won, right? Like, because we had that on our ballot, whether children have to take the MCAS to pass the MCAS to graduate high school. So he was very concerned about, do I still have to take that? And who won, right? So I had to tell him and explain to him what happened. And he doesn't even understand how that could happen, right? Because he's still looking at these two people and saying, how? Like, how, right? Yeah. Same thing we're all asking. So I do want to hear from one of Kamala's younger supporters and how he took it on Wednesday morning.
Red, which I didn't really. Come on, mother. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great, wonderful, and amazing day. Today I'm not having one of the best days, and that's because last night was so hard to watch. Honestly, because there are a lot of states that I did believe were going to be blue, but flips and kept flipping from blue to red, which I didn't really like, and I'm honestly very disappointed in over 71 million people, because and all those parents who voted for Trump, I can't believe that you guys would vote for a man that is a liar, is a criminal, a felon, and he's going to be on trial on November 26th. He's gonna get his sentence. But you know, we tell our children to don't be liars, don't be criminals, be nice, be kind. But you sit up and vote for a person who's the opposite of all of these things. So all I honestly feel like I can really do, because I'm honestly very disappointed in America and all of those who voted for him. Only thing I feel like I can do is keep fighting and keep trying and believe in God, because I always will believe that God is more powerful than man. So I'm going to continue to trust in God a trillion times more than I will ever trust in Trump. So I hope you guys try to have a great day, and we're not gonna let, his hatred affect our positivity, because positivity is always a plus.
Now, this kid gets it, right? And then because we know that Trump is a racist, no matter how much the racists try to convince us that they're not racist and he's not racist, you know how we know that Trump is racist? Because the minute he got, announced that he won, what happens? Black children across the country get these text messages telling them to report to the plantations. That, right? America is a racist country. Stop playing. Stop trying to deny that race had just nothing to do with this when it absolutely did. That was his attacks, were those old racist tropes, sexualizing her, saying that she slept her way to the top, calling her stupid. She's a DEI candidate. Stupid AGDA senator and vice president. And she's the stupid one. But then when you talk to his voters, that's exactly what she has no experience. She's stupid. Like, what? Yeah. So kids like that got those text messages. Why? Because that is what happens when you elect a racist. You elect a racist, you unleash them. Yes, they're always here, but now they're unleashed. They are unchained. This is what happens, right? Latinos, that's what happens. And I'll talk to you later. There was a few Black men that voted for him more than typically. But again, Black men still voted en masse for Kamala Harris. And so did Black women, per usual. So I really think also white women and white men, y'all's families, y'all really need to have a reckoning and start having some honest discussions on why parts of your family may be voting for Trump, and like where's the disconnect here. But anyway, so that was the sad impact of what happened. Now I'm going to show you angry impact of what happened.
Fascist movement. Y'all decide.
Hold on.
Y'all are cowards. Black women that are sitting up out here going to fucking Starbucks, Black queer people that are going to Starbucks, going to McDonald's, y'all are cowards. Because there's no fucking way you can look me in my eyes right now and look around and say, this is a white supremacist country, a racist country, and the first thing you do is participate and uphold that fucking white supremacy. You uphold that racism. Instead of saying, fuck, we have white supremacist fascism on the way. We need an anti-fascist movement, a well-organized anti-fascist movement. Y'all decide to participate in the fucking fascism. Y'all are cowards. Because I can tell you right now, If the United States government went and drone striked one of your fucking family reunions while y'all in the middle of the electric slide, maybe you'd feel fucking differently. Or shit, maybe y'all would still keep tap dancing. I don't know. But the way y'all reacting right now is fucking disgusting. It's a disgrace to our ancestors. And I know people be saying that shit and like, blah, blah, blah. It is a disgrace to our ancestors. Y'all clearly don't know Black history. My ancestors, the folks that I come from, you know what I'm saying? They were actually fighting against the power structure that be in this country. And that power structure is rooted in the economic power of this country. It's rooted in the war power of this country. It's rooted in the racial caste system.
Well, she's really angry. But she's right. Oh, and by the way, you don't have to worry about history anymore. Black history? What the fuck is that? We don't need Black history. That shit's about to be overdue. Blacks for Trump. I mean, what was it? 10% of y'all? So 10% of y'all didn't understand that Trump is going to take away Black history? Like, he wasn't joking when he said it. They're calling it the new history. They're literally saying, if you teach the new history, your school will be defunded. Did y'all hear that? Blacks for Trump? And again, I am very clear on who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the 10% because I know that Black men overwhelmingly voted for Kamala Harris, and so did Black women. But there was a small subset that thought, Trump's the bee's knees, right? Trump right now wants reparations for white people. Oh, what? Excuse me, Black for Trump, y'all didn't hear that? Yeah, I'll say it again. Trump wants reparations for white people. He wants to use the Department of Justice to investigate crimes, or, if a school is participating in diversity, equity, and inclusion, because if so, that means that you're hurting a white person or taking an opportunity away from the white person, because what, Black people are too stupid to get into schools and Ivy League schools, just too dumb. So obviously you must be DEI, and that means that you took a white person's seat, so that white person gets to sue the school, and they're going to have funding so that they can pay a reparation to the white person that was harmed because their civil rights were harmed. Blacks for Trump, did you understand what I just said? So in essence, the Department of Justice is going to work on civil rights crimes against white people. Right. So Black people, Black men, you thinking you getting passed up for those promotions and stuff at work because of your race? And probably so. You can't do shit about it. What you mean? There's no DI. They don't have to do shit. What you mean? That's what you wanted. That's who you voted for. When you vote a white nationalist into office, that's his focus. Wealthy white people. He don't even give a shit about the ones that don't have money, because to them, they're just as low as, the people of color. He don't like poor white people either. You just white. Poor white people that voted for Trump, they just voted for Trump because they're white and they felt like, well, he's not talking about me. He don't like y'all either. It's like, get with the program. Hey, Mary. So, yeah. So now we've gone from the sad part of this. We went to the angry. And now let's talk about the indifferent, right? Like how a lot of Black women who keep coming out election after election after election, organizing, fundraising, doing the street work, putting everyone on our back. It's okay. It's okay. We got this. We can do this. We're voting in masses. We're coming out fucking 95% strong all the time. So here's indifferent. And this is what you're getting. This is why we need to get this shit in order before you lose the black women too. Right? Because the black women are doing all the work, and then we're like, this fucking country don't give a shit about what we're doing. You don't want black women to be sitting it out. You just don't. Because then what happens? Let's hear from Uncle Luke.
Get their ass lynched by the police. Fair and square. Motherfuckers, 15 million motherfuckers stayed home who voted in the last election. So it is what it is. So I'm going to sit back with my popcorn and I'm going to watch this crazy motherfucker say what the fuck he want to say, do what he want to do. He got full immunity. He might go out just like he said before. He's going to shoot a motherfucker on Madison Avenue and not go to jail because he can't go to jail.
Fifth Avenue.
I'm looking forward to all these 12% of black men who voted for this psycho motherfucker. I sat home. I'm looking forward to them get their ass lynched by the police officers. I'm not going to fucking protest under no circumstance at all. So I'm sitting my ass back with my popcorn, and the Department of Education, they're going to turn public schools into third world countries where the degenerates are now going to go to those schools, you know, guys with 1.1 average, gang rapers and all that shit that's going to be in the public schools from now. So y'all better start getting your kids in charter schools and private schools right now, because that shit finna turn crazy, because the Department of Education is going to be over. So I'm looking forward to this shit. Everybody who voted for this fucking clown, y'all gonna get what you asked for. Don't go to crying wolf. And so I'm gonna be all right, Billy. I'm straight. I got my catalog back, and I might put it on the market and move my ass to Colombia somewhere.
He said he got his catalog of music back. He's straight. It's true. I am in the Northeast. My governor has said, oh, fuck what they do. What we're going to do in the Northeast is not what the fuck they're going to do in the red states. We don't care. We are going to protect our women. We are going to make sure that our women get medical care. We are going to make sure that our books are not banned and our children get an education. That's what the fuck is happening in the Northeast, right? But the other part of you doesn't want to do that, because we have friends that are in Florida, right? I have a kid in Florida, a son. I know people who depend on Social Security. Like it hurts that part, but there really is that other part. It's like, I don't fucking care. My 3 daughters are here. They will get medical care. I have a job. I have health insurance. I'm not on the Affordable Care Act. So when that fucking shit blows up and he gets rid of it, it's not going to impact me. I'm going to be okay. So this is the thing that happens, America, when you vote for an idiot, right? Because now y'all gonna have some buyer's remorse, just like Uncle Luke said. This the Baltimore mayor, Brandon Scott, helped me put things back in perspective about helping people, because, you know, truly, I'm not going to feel okay if my daughters are safe, but someone else's daughters who didn't vote for this motherfucker may die from, you know, a miscarriage. That's why I do continue to fight. But I will tell you, there are Black women that are tired of fighting when white women and white men who are going to suffer voted for this motherfucker. But let's listen to the mayor of Baltimore, because he's so eloquent in his praise of Black women in particular.
More importantly, as a Black man, on my heart this morning to say that as a man, but more importantly as a Black man, that this country does not deserve Black women or Black people, but specifically Black women. This morning I woke up and I just gave my wife a hug because I know how heavy this is weighing on black women. And they have carried this country and saved this country too many times and continue to be the most disrespected human beings on the planet. And it, quite frankly, it disgusts me. I'm thinking about the world that we're going to bring our daughter into in a few months. And I want the vice president to know that her and her team did everything right in the right way. But the unfortunate reality is that this country is still steeped in racism, sexism, and misogyny. I am personally proud of her, and I know that so many others are the same. We appreciate her tenacity, her focus, her decency, and how she handled herself throughout this campaign. And I don't want to hear anybody saying that they should have done something different. She should have been running longer. The fact is that they did everything that a campaign can do and more. But we as a country really have a lot of soul searching to do.
He's right. He's right. Because again, this is what the fuck America voted for. This guy. That America on top of a rapist. Have you heard the way he has sexualized his own daughter? That guy, America. That's who y'all was like, yup, that's him. Over the qualified black woman. That's who y'all said. So let's just move on because guess who's celebrating? We know there's some celebrations going on and it ain't here.
Глянцевого журнала GQ в этом году. Смотрите, обложка глянцевого журнала GQ. Будущая первая леди в неглиже лежит на шкуре. В самом журнале сексуальные фото Мелании у частного самолета и на его борту. На одном из снимков модель в бордовом белье лежит на синем ковре с изображением большой печати США, государственной эмблемы Америки. Как будто в редакции мужского журнала что-то знали заранее о будущем своей модели.
Что на самом деле значит мое тело и мой выбор?
I show that? I show that because why did Vladimir Putin feel the need to put that out? Because if you know history and if you know Putin and if you know Russia, you know that nothing goes on Russian TV without Vladimir Putin personally saying that that's okay. He approved that. That was his idea. MAGA say, oh, well, these things are all over. Anyone can get these. Of course, we've seen those before. But why did Putin do it? If we've seen them before, why did Putin do it? The guy who Trump says is his buddy. They're friends. They talk on the phone. Why would your boy put pictures of your half-naked wife all over Russian TV for all of everyone in Europe to see it? Why did he do that? Why did he show clips of you trying to hold Melania's hand and her pulling back? Like, why did he show that? Because he wanted to embarrass you, you friggin' idiot. He doesn't care. Somebody who's your boy is not going to do that about your woman. Like, why would they do that? Why would your boy do that? What? Because he's not your boy. That's Putin playing chess. And if you don't have critical thinking, you're only thinking like right here. Well, Trump's wife is hot. Well, we've seen those pictures before. Like that's as far as your thought process will go. Someone with critical thinking knows that Putin is KGB. Putin has no friends. There's no such thing as friends. He also knows that Trump can't say shit to him. So he can embarrass him like this, and Trump can't say a goddamn thing. All this was a reminder that he can embarrass him anytime he wants. He don't have to ask Trump, can I post these pictures of your wife and these clips of her ignoring you? He didn't ask him that. He did it because he's like, yeah, now what? You're not going to do anything. And he wanted to show Europe that he controls America right now. Because he does. We're unstable. We're going to talk about the cabinet picks in a minute. We have been destabilized. Trump is picking fucking cabinet members like he was freaking picking out a steak or some shit. I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one you think? I don't know. That's how he's doing shit. And Putin's sitting back going, yep, destabilize America. I'm going right into Ukraine, and then I'm going to go right into Poland. We're going to pull out of NATO. We're not going to have any protection. So the white nationalists wanted America. Oh, America's so powerful. we can handle it by ourselves. Guess what's not going to happen? If we are attacked, you fucking thinking Putin is going to help us? Putin's not going to help us. He's going to fucking laugh at us. You got to be shitting me right now. Trump is a whole fucking stupid idiot. He just is. He don't care. He don't get, none of this stuff matters to him. He's transactional. The only thing that he sees is that he's staying out of jail and how can he make more money. That's the only thing. He doesn't care about this in retribution. That's bottom line. This is the bottom line. That's it. So let's talk about who's unhappy again about this, but not unhappy because they didn't get their candidate, unhappy because they were stupid and they fell for it, the okey doke. So let's listen to them because this is so good. So let's listen.
Let in hundreds of thousands of people. They let in hundreds of thousands of people who already have criminal records. If deporting them creates a mass deportation, I'm all for it.
But what if rounded up in all of that are people who work on a farm? They're doing the jobs that Americans don't want to do. Does that worry you?
That wouldn't be fair. Of course, they need to make sure that they don't throw away, they don't kick out, they don't deport people that are family oriented.
The question
So he thinks that Trump is not going to kick out the people that's family oriented. Excuse me? Did you not get the memo? What do you do when they're rounding immigrants up? You think he's gonna say, what, do you have a family? Where were you when he was separating families and putting them in cages? Do you think he cares if you have a family or not? He doesn't care. Oh my God. Hey, this sums it up. Guess what was the top Google searches right after the election? Let's go there.
Vladimir search trends after the election on November 5th. So number one, we have, what are tariffs? Love. Take my vote back.
Pause. Take my vote back. How can I take my vote back? What the fuck? When we say that this is the dumbest electorate, this by far is the fucking dumbest electorate. They did no research. They were just like, oh, he's on Joe Rogan. He must be good. Oh my God. People are laughing at him. This is so trendy and cool. Let's vote for him. The woman, she's going to be too emotional, and she does laugh funny. Fucking idiots.
Project 2025. Did Joe Biden drop out?
Project 2025. We've been screaming about Project 2025 forever. Off the rooftops, everywhere. She started off talking about Project 2025, outlaying everything that was in Project 2025. What the fuck are you Googling it for afterwards? Why wouldn't you try to figure out what was in it prior to voting for a fucking lunatic?
What does the Department of Education do?
If you have to ask what the Department of Education does, yeah, like context clues? Does that not exist? What does the Department of Education do? They catch fish. Like, oh my God.
Walk-in gynecologist near me.
Oh, shoot. They're getting rid of abortions? Wait, people are dying from miscarriages? Where can I go? Where's a walk-in GYN?
Racist text.
Did Trump send racist texts? Does Trump tweet racist things? Let me see. After.
Vladimir Putin.
Wait. I heard them talk about Vladimir Putin a lot. They said that he's going to take over Ukraine and then go into Poland and all of Europe. Is that true?
Deportation and denaturalization in DACA.
Wait, he's not deporting everyone, not the families, not the good families. If you have family, he's not going to bother you, right? Right? Wait, did you say denaturalization? Wait, I didn't know he was going to do that. What?
Will I lose my health insurance?
Excuse me? Mike Johnson was like, we're going to blow that shit up. Trump tried to get rid of it when he was president. He's thinking of a concept or some shit. A concept. He said he's getting rid of it because he's thinking of a concept. Where y'all been, voters? What y'all? What are you? Whoa. Okay, let's keep going.
Trump SA. Is Trump
SA? SA is a sexual assaulter. So you thought us calling him a rapist was by accident, or did you think like we were just doing it for play? Like now you're looking up if you voted for a rapist? Now you're looking that up?
a criminal? Gay marriage illegal?
Excuse you? They've been attacking the trans. Did you think he wasn't going to attack gay marriage if they're attacking trans people? Like, what is wrong with you? They've been attacking the whole LGBTQ plus community, and now we're going, oh, wait a minute. Is gay marriage going to be gone? Because my cousin is married to... Y'all fucking crazy.
AB deaths.
Abortion deaths. I mean, that's a big one. You would have thought that before you voted for the man who is responsible for the road being gone, you would Google who is responsible and what the impacts of it are. Like, you would think that before you voted that you would know that. So now you're Googling abortion deaths now? When we've been screaming about Amber Thurman, Candy Miller, Yeni Alvarez, and I can't remember, I think her name was Rosika Barnica or something, that just passed away. She wanted hers. She passed away days after her baby shower. But now we're going to like Google abortion deaths like afterwards. And can I take my vote back? I changed my mind.
You were supposed to do this fucking research before you fucking voted. Love. Oh my God. No, you cannot take your fucking vote back. Yes, Trump is a fucking criminal. Yes, Trump was legally liable of SA. Fuck. Yes, you will lose your health insurance. Yes, Trump wants to get rid of gay fucking marriage. Yes, Joe Biden fucking dropped out. Oh my God.
That's wild. That's wild. That is wild that is true. It's wild, the conversations that I'm having with like Latino men on TikTok talking about well, the left want to get rid of freedom of speech, and it's like, what the fuck are you trying to say online anyway? Like, seriously, let's just, what are you trying to say online? And did you not get the memo of Trump saying he wants to stop BLM protest? He doesn't want you to be able to protest. Is that not some type of, I'm so confused about people. Like, the ignorance is astounding. You can fucking Google when the latest iPhone comes out, when the fucking latest sneaker comes out. You Google all the fucking dumb shit when the movies come out. You fucking know how to book flights, book vacations, but you can't fucking do simple Google searches to see if a motherfucker is a rapist before you vote for him. You can't do a simple Google search to see if someone's a felon before you vote for him. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Yes, voting is your right, but it is also your responsibility to be educated on what the fuck you're voting for, because your vote impacts all of us. All of us. So you dumb motherfuckers who, one, sat the fuck at home, two, didn't Google any of this shit. Now everybody else has to suffer this shit. Now fucking women have to continue to die because he will pass an abortion ban nationally. They will try to get rid of birth control. So everyone else has to suffer because you dumb fucks just too lazy to just do simple fucking Google. Just simple. There could be pros and cons. What Republicans are trying to do, what Democrats are trying to do. Just baseline simple. But you motherfuckers didn't want to do that. Now children that are raped are going to be forced to carry rapist babies because of y'all dumb asses. Oh, you cried about the fucking economy? What the fuck you think is going to happen when he deports millions and millions and millions of people? Do you not understand that those same immigrants are paying billions of dollars into our Social Security? Into our Social Security. They can't collect it. It's for us. That's how we keep it solvent. Once they're gone, what the fuck you think is going to happen to Social Security? You think the price of groceries are going down? Are fucking Americans going out now and going to work on a farm? Are they going to pick fruits and vegetables? Is that what Americans are going to do now? Are those the new black jobs? You're not going to fucking do that. They're going to fucking deport and put in fucking cages and separate the people who do that work. Guess what's going to happen? Fruits and vegetables are going to go up. You motherfuckers voted for tariffs, you ignorant, dumb asses. Why the fuck would you vote for something you don't even understand what it is? But I knew you motherfuckers were dumb anyway, because Trump would do a rally, talk about tariffs. Woo! Yes! Motherfuckers, tariffs, the manufacturing companies here. That means Whirlpool, I don't know, Frigidaire, whatever. If they're paying tariffs on the goods that they're bringing in, they have to get that cost back. So that means they are going to charge us more money for refrigerators, for washing machines, for dryers. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? That is what tariffs mean. Fucking Google, it is right here. But y'all like, you're about to lose your health care. Again, he already said he was going to get rid of it. Trump is not, he told you everything. But you just laughed. I mean, you literally voted for a guy who laughed with the other wealthy guy about firing striking workers. And what happened? Union workers voted for them. Military men and women voted for the guy who calls them suckers and losers. Like, you can't, it's really wild, right? Because then we always go back to that hate and that racism and that bigotry and that sexism. That's what it is. That will make you do some wild shit. That's why we're seeing the craziest shit right now happening. So before I go, let's talk about his cabinet, right? Because the dumb fucks, they don't even think that far, right? Because that, again, that's the critical thinking that they don't understand and that they don't get, right? They go right to the president and that's it. That they don't get past the president, right? Hey, dum-dums, he's got to nominate a cabinet, right? Is the president. President has to have, his people around him, right? You're supposed to have people that make you better. You're supposed to have the best and the brightest, right? Now, listen. He's going to be the president. Y'all can call him your president. He is going to be a president. With that, he does get to pick and choose who works in his cabinet, right? So I can't complain about that. It is what it is. I may not agree, but he's got to pick the people in the cabinet. However, this dude is not even trying to pick anyone with any experience. So when we say America is fucked, we're not being hyperbolic. This is actually kind of real. And you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to fucking stay in my blue bubble here in the Northeast and then watch this shit go down, because it is going to go down. And just pray that when we get attacked by Iran or something, that it doesn't start in where I am. That's just what I'm going to pray for, because the shit is going to happen. This is absolutely going to happen. So let's talk about some of his picks, shall we? I don't even know which one. So the dog murderer, Kristi Noem, she is going to be in charge of Homeland Security. Yeah, Homeland Security. Our security. Kristi Noem, the woman who murdered her dog because, she's like, yeah, this dog sucks as a hunting dog. I'm just going to fucking shoot it. That woman. no experience whatsoever, right? Because all you have to do is fucking kiss his orange ass and you get a job and you get a job. That's all he wants. Like it's just about loyalty. He doesn't care if you cannot do the job. Why doesn't he care? Because he doesn't care about America. He just doesn't. Trump has security. He's going to have security detail. He's going to have security all around him. His fucking properties are going to be like friggin' Fort Knox, right? Everyone else, he doesn't care. Fucking care about you. That's why he could put fucking Kristi Noem as Homeland Security, the dog murdering woman who has zero experience, right? Right. Let's keep going. Matt Gaetz. All right. Matt Gaetz has been accused and investigated for sex trafficking of minors. He has sex with teenagers. He uses illicit drugs. I mean, and it's just, this is a Democrats just spreading rumors. This is shit that his fellow lawmakers, Republicans, have seen. Let's let Kevin McCarthy talk about this.
I'll give you the truth why I'm not speaker. I'll give you the truth why I'm not speaker. It's because one person, a member of Congress, wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old. An ethics complaint that started before I ever became speaker, and that's illegal, and I'm not going to get in the middle.
Because he slept with a 17-year-old. Put on a plane, too. They also talk about how he does illicit drugs and watches porn. This is the guy that Donald Trump has tapped to be attorney general, like our country's attorney. Not to mention, he's never been a prosecutor. I guess he passed the bar in 2008 or something, maybe practiced law for a couple of years and then went to Congress. So he really hasn't even practiced law. His daddy is super rich, so that's part of why he's where he is. But can you imagine that a sexual predator is being tapped to be the nation's attorney? Don't think about that. He's supposed to protect children from sexual traffickers. But he is one being investigated. But he quit Congress, right? So the investigation stops. It's disgusting. But what do we expect when you put a rapist in office? Put a rapist in office, everyone around him is going to be some fucking nasty ass ghoulish criminal, because that's what they do. Like minds. It's so disgusting. This is what y'all wanted? Yeah? So now we got Matt Gaetz. We got Kristi Noem, or Noem, or however you say her name. You got Pete, what's his name? Hegseth? Pete. Pete is going to be the Secretary of Defense. Pete is going to be the head of America's military. He's got to be some type of general, right? Some type of 4-star general, admiral. He's got to be, right? No. He's a Fox News host. I could just walk away right now. Fox News host. So we got a dog murderer. We got a child sex trafficker and a Fox News host who wants to rid the military of woke, whatever he defines that as, and women, because women should not be doing combat, according to this guy. And this DEI stuff. We don't want that in the military either. What does that mean? Like, no black people in the military? No inclusion in the military? We just want white insurrectionists? Like, what the fuck does that mean? But this is the guy, Fox News host. I gotta keep repeating that. Fox News host will head our military. sex trafficker as the attorney general, dog murderer as Homeland Security. Oh, not finished. RFK Jr. as the head of the Health and Human Services. The anti-vax guy is going to be the head of Health and Human Services. The guy that said a worm died in his brain, RIP to the worm. The guy that wants to fire everyone and he doesn't believe in vaccines. Hey, anyone outside of America, in a little while, I don't think I would take a vacation here. Fuck Disney World. Y'all crazy, because that's going to be ground zero. Because them motherfuckers in Florida, they don't like to do vaccines anyway. Not all of them. Brian, if you're listening, I know you take you get your vaccines, but they don't vaccinate their children. And they recently had an outbreak of polio because they got a crazy whack job as their attorney general for their state. So polio was running rampant. That is something that was eradicated. But if you're not, vaccinating your children, and I'm not talking about a COVID vaccine, I'm talking about the vaccines that for measles and mumps, rubella, and all of these things. If you're not vaccinating your kids for this, your fucking kids are going to be spreading shit to other kids. Like, it's just things that have been eradicated for decades and decades and decades are going to rear their ugly heads. Like, this is just really RFK Jr., y'all. The guy that killed the bear and put it in his car and then dumped it in Central Park or some shit. Like, you can't make this up. So you got a bear killer, a worm killer, a dog killer, a sex trafficker, Fox News host. You got Tulsi Gabbard, who is just crazy. They want her in charge of national intelligence, and she's never had any positions in the national intelligence field, national security, none of that shit. And they want her to head up all of these departments. All of our security, just all of it. We're going to give it to somebody who just has no idea. That's just like giving it to me. It's like, please just give it to me. She's going to do the daily briefs for Trump. Like, there won't be any daily briefs. And not only will there not be any daily briefs, there won't be any national security shared with America. There's no way. Why? So Tulsi Gabbard can send it to Russia to get paid? No one's giving us any national security ever. They're not sharing with us ever again because they're like, what a shit whole country. Because you know why? Everything fucking Trump touches turns to shit. His businesses were bankrupt. He's morally bankrupt, and he has bankrupted America. Don't fear, though. Don't fear, everyone. Democrats, they are giving us a gift because America is going to get exhausted really quick. Oh, wait, I forgot. How could I forget Elon and Vivek? Oh, they have some positions too. Not necessarily in the cabinet. They just like next door to the cabinet in another building. Maybe it's an annex or something like that. They're going to throw them over there and they're going to call that, let's see, what can we call it? Department of Efficiency. And we don't know how we're going to fund the Department of Efficiency because we're not really efficient in the funding part. We just know we're just going to pay the rich guys to do nothing because they were sycophants and we owe them something. So we're just going to make this job up so they can do whatever they do by, I don't know, cutting Department of Education and shit and pay for the funding over it. Like, I don't know, whatever. To be honest with you, all these fucking people are going to be fighting by the spring of 2025. We should wager who's still going to be in this administration and who is not going to be in this administration. Elon Musk, Trump's an old man. He gonna get tired of Elon. Elon is just thinks he's like the fucking co-president, and that's just not only gonna go but so far. Those people are gonna fight. Vivek and Elon are gonna fight because you're gonna put those two guys together. Like, it's just gonna be a fucking shit show. They're still trying to wait for what job Marjorie Taylor Greene and friggin' Lauren Boebert's gonna get. They're gonna get something, I'm sure, somewhere, or maybe not, because I guess people are mad that he's taking everyone from Congress. I don't know. This shit is a mess. It's just a mess, but this is what y'all voted for, right? Like, this is what half of America was like, yo, he's the best one for the job. Half of America said he is the best one for the job. That guy that wants a sex trafficker as the attorney general who has not practiced law. I mean, this is where we're at. At least we're going to have a lot to talk about, I guess. But don't fear. Midterms will come. We will be okay. For those of you on Twitter, I know everyone's running off of Twitter, going to Blue Sky. Hey, stay a while, because you know what? Elon and Trump, this love fest is not going to last for long. It just isn't. He's going to be mad at Trump in a little while. So, things are going to change and we got to move on. We really, really do. This shit seems dire. It kind of is dire. Yes, it is scary, but you know what? We got to continue to move on and fight the good fight. And it's easy for me to say from a blue state. Thank God I'm in a blue state. But we got to keep going, because women are going to suffer, children are going to suffer, everyone's going to suffer. So, y'all may want to take to the streets, because you're going to take your health insurance away. That's for fucking sure. So anyway, thank you all. Thank you for coming. Hi, Michelle, Mary, Brian. Thank you for popping in. I do want to leave us with this kid again, because he does give me hope and I'd like to hear him. And again, he gives me hope and he reminds me of why we still have to keep our head in the game, why we have to keep our head up, why we have to continue to fight. So I'm just going to end it with him. Have a good night, everyone. I'm just going to restart him.
Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great, wonderful, and amazing day. Today I'm not having one of the best days, and that's because last night was so hard to watch. Honestly, because there are a lot of states that I did believe were going to be blue, but flips and kept flipping from blue to red, which I didn't really like, and I'm honestly very disappointed in over 71 million people, because and all those parents who voted for Trump, I can't believe that you guys would vote for a man that is a liar, is a criminal, a felon, and he's going to be on trial on November 26th. He's going to get his sentence.
No, he's not.
But
it's unfortunate.
We tell our children to don't be liars, don't be criminals, be nice, be kind. But you sit up and vote for a person who's the opposite of all of these things. So all I honestly feel like I can really do, because I'm honestly very disappointed in America and all of those who voted for him. Only thing I feel like I can do is keep fighting and keep trying and believe in God, because I always will believe that God is more powerful than man. So I'm going to continue to trust in God a trillion times more than I will ever trust in Trump. So I hope you guys try to have a great day, and we're not gonna let his hatred affect our positivity, because positivity is always a plus.
We're not gonna let his hatred affect our positivity. This kid gets it. Fuck Donald Trump. Do not let him take your power away. You keep getting up. The sun is going to continue to shine. In January, when he friggin' swears the oath of office, we are going to be okay. We are going to get through this together. 2 things. I do wish that Biden wasn't that kind to him when he came to the White House and sat down with Biden. And I wish that Kamala did not congratulate that man after he called her a bitch and said she was not black. Those are the 2 things that I wish that those 2 people did not do. Otherwise, it's all good and we're going to be okay. So good night, everyone. That is a good kid. Good night, guys.